Hey guys, Patrick here from B Squared. Today I wanted to do a little bit of myth busting while I'm working on my car. So dampers, coilovers, everybody adds these to their car for whatever reason. They make quite a few assumptions about what to expect from a coilover. So today we're going to dispel some of those myths. First myth is that coilovers add grip. They do not add grip. Adding coilovers, stiffer suspension, or lowering springs or something with a higher spring rate than stock, none of these modifications add grip. They are not increasing the potential of grip in the tire and therefore not increasing the potential of grip in the car as a whole. While dampers might not add grip, they may optimize how the available grip in the tire is used. The second myth is that you have to add tire width or change your compound to accommodate or get the most out of a change in your suspension. This is incorrect. You do not need to make the tire wider or get a grippier tire just because you add a coilover. If you keep your tire compound the same, you are still going to get all the benefits of a coilover. I think the common misconception is that people think, okay, the coilover loads the tire faster. Or if you have a higher spring rate, the car is not going to lean as much over the tire, thus producing load. So you need to have a higher grip tire to make up for that missing load. That's incorrect. Coilovers actually have a minimal impact on weight transfer. If the coilover changes the spring rate, then that means the amount of body movement could be higher or smaller. If the coilover changes the damping, then that means that the speed which the body moves would be higher or smaller. The overall weight of the transfer, though, does not change. The only reason that the weight transfer might change is the fact that the geometry, like the static roll and pitch center of the car, might change due to a coilover because of the different ride height. But in most cars, this impact is not really that much considering everything else that affects the weight transfer. You reach the end of the suspension's travel in lean a lot faster when you have a coilover versus a stock spring. Like if you can imagine a car entering a corner, the way that the car loads up onto the outside corner, you actually reach the end of the suspension travel a lot faster, but this is assuming the damping with the coilover is different. Your coilover could come with a damping setting that actually slows down the movement. But again, that's just the speed of the loading. That is not the amount that the tire is getting loaded. You are not taking grip away from the tire by having less roll. The way loading works is that, say you have a 100-pound weight on top of a 10K spring. Just because you change that to a 12K spring, the load on top is still 100 pounds, right? You're still putting the same amount of force on top of the tire, despite the spring not compressing as much. So when you have a coilover and the car seems to corner a little bit more flat, you're not taking away grip from the tire by having less roll. So therefore you don't need to have a higher grip tire or a wider width tire to suit that change. You are still going to get the full benefit of a coilover without changing anything on the car. It is possible to overload the tire with a stiffer suspension. If your damping is low and your spring stiffness is high, you could have some overshoot and instability and overload the tires in that way. The chances that you overload the tires with the stiffer suspension is actually pretty low. The other assumption people make about coilovers is that you need to start playing with the settings, playing with your damper or your ride height as soon as you get coilovers. It is not the case. You're gonna waste a lot of seat time and a lot of money trying to tune things that don't necessarily need to be tuned, or trying to tune something that you don't understand. So don't waste time playing with coilovers, playing with the settings. Get better as a driver first. That is a lower hanging fruit. Don't waste money getting a wider width tire or a higher grip tire to suit an install of coilovers, because you can still get the full advantage of coilovers even with whatever tire that was already on the car. Finally, don't buy coilovers for the sake of adding grip to the car. Coilovers do not add grip. If you guys want more information about vehicle dynamics, how to save money from buying parts that you don't need, and how to make the most out of your track days, check out our link tree, give us your email, join in, and let's learn some more about cars.